model railroaders. I'm sure you probably already know this. You got to be careful when you buy stuff on eBay. I really enjoy going to hobby shops. There's not very many around near, and they're not near me. The ones that are around, I'd have to drive over 50 miles to get to the nearest hobby shop. So you spend a lot of money on gas. So I end up buying stuff on eBay, and I currently have 260 locomotives. And this is a Atlas U36C, and I wanted just one for my collection. And this seller had this on eBay, and I'll get it right. This is what he stated. This locomotive plastic walkway has a crack through it. This does not affect the running of the locomotive. So I thought, okay, not a big deal. He wanted $50 for it. I figured I've got some glue, I can fix that. And there's the crack on the sill right there. But as soon as I opened up and I looked at it, I realized the frame was cracked. Because what had happened apparently to me, somebody dropped this locomotive. So I'm not even sure if both trucks actually work like they're supposed to. So I was really frustrated because I wanted one of these for my collection, and I happened to see this one on eBay a day or two before, and this one was $40. It didn't have any handrails. So I went ahead and I bought this one right away because I figured, well, if I can't get a refund on this, or if I don't return it, I can use these handrails for this locomotive for this one. But then I looked on Atlas, and Atlas is a good model railroad company. They have a lot of parts available, and I think they're still making them. I'm really disappointed with Locos. They've turned their back on HO scale model railroaders. I like Locos. I probably have the largest collection of Locos locomotives in America. HO scale locomotives anyway. All these locos here, they're Locos SD40-2s. And there's two right here. I got to gloss coat these. These are SD40-2s. These came with chassis, and I used those chassis to put in these locos. These are Locos SD40-2s. I wanted to run these before I did these, but I don't know. I might change my mind. But anyway, what I'm getting at is you can get parts for some things, but majority of the time you can't get a part for something. And the frame, there happened to be a frame on eBay for sale, because I looked after I got this and realized I had a broken frame. There was a frame on sale, and I bid really high on it. I ended up getting that frame, but I didn't tell the seller. But I got that frame after I was refunded. See, this one cost me $66.05, but I was completely refunded. And it looked like the seller claimed it was damaged during shipping, because that was the refund I got for shipping damage. But it wasn't damaged during shipping. He sold it to me damaged. He's a liar. And then ended up buying the handrails for this one, Atlas. So that cost $18. And the frame for this cost basically $40. So for these two locos right here, I have $114.51. Even though I got this one refunded, I still wanted to make it operational, because having these parts sitting around is basically useless to me. So I went ahead and spent the money on it. I spent $40 on a frame. So overall, it worked out pretty good. But you guys are spending over $200 or more on locomotives to sell, and I try to keep my locomotives around $60. I used to be able to get them for $50. Back in the day when you didn't have to pay sales tax and shipping was cheaper. Now it's really hard to find a locomotive for $50. I got this shell on eBay. This is the Proto 2000. I thought I had all 6, but this is a number I don't have. And I can't get the information off of Google when those were made, how many numbers you made. I thought they made only 6. And then after I got that, I was looking for the chassis, and I found out that seller sold the chassis for that a few days before I bought this. And I wasn't really looking for P2K chassis, so I didn't realize it. So I don't like that when sellers part out a locomotive and they sell parts of it. Here I am left with a shell with no chassis, so I'm looking for a chassis. And there's quite a few P2Ks on eBay. There's a lot of chassis. See them occasionally, but how many years is it going to take me to get chassis for those locomotives over here? Some of those two there for my son. He's not looking. He doesn't spend any money on. Oh, this is for my son too. I like to make them prototypical, but Kato doesn't do that. I like to put the headlight on the nose, the bell up on the cab, and then the Canadians are weird. They have one light in the back. I don't know what they do when they burns out. They stop right away and replace the bulb. But yeah, these don't have the glass on. I'm getting ready to gloss coat them, and I stuck the winterization hatch on it. And this one here, this isn't exactly right to the picture, but it's all the best I could do with microscale decals. So again, watch out what you're buying on eBay. And I wasn't sure I'd get a refund on that, so that's why I ended up buying another one. Oh, and this one right here, I said something about this a while ago. This is $50. You can bid on something, and rather than getting into a bidding war, go away from the computer, do something else, and see what happens. And nobody else bid on that. I placed one bid, and I was the only bidder. I got that for $50 plus tax and shipping. So it's a nice loco. The guy already placed the gears in it. It looks like it's brand new. So sometimes you get good deals, but you got to watch out, okay? Oh, if you haven't seen my layout, it's 260 locomotives down here. They don't all have chassis. I think I have 15 locos that need chassis. And some of the hardest ones to get are the Atlas -8 40Cs. This is an Atlas. This is a Kato cab on a Rail Power Products shell. This is another Kato cab, -9 cab. And these are Kato GP35s that I did. I don't know if I'll ever get chassis for them. And this is the P2K. I had a chassis, but I stuck it in a Caslo Shops CN ST60F. But and there's no dummies on this layout. The only thing that doesn't move is the shells. Everything on the layout has decoders, and 2/3 of these, almost 2/3, have decoders. These are my son's locos. I don't run them a lot. I do have a consist up here I was messing with just to try it out, and this one right here kept derailing. It was irritating me. So I would like to make sure they're okay before. I don't know if he's ever going to use them or not, but I just wanted to make sure they're okay. Because I painted them, I put the decals on them, and I should make sure they're okay. So I will run a few here and there on the layout just to try them out. These right here don't have decoders. These don't have decoders or wiring harnesses, but I'm working on that. So that's how I get 260 locomotives. And I like doing consist. I like doing different locomotives on consist. This happens to be a big one, 6 locos. And I like all the lease locos. I don't have any SD50 lease locos, Union Pacific, Conrail, and CSX. BNSF leased those from NREX, National Railroad Equipment. So, I guess that's it. I didn't run any trains in this video. All right. Thank you.